Hi folks, it's Yuli here. So it's been a minute since I've popped on, but that's okay. When you receive this message, it's when you're supposed to receive it. So today, it's going to be short and sweet. I received a message as I was sitting on the beach at sunrise, and I was looking at the ocean and how turbulent, and the crashing waves. And I was thinking about how this is now, we've shifted into a new paradigm of what is called the new earth. And we're still moving through that. And so this is also, with the new earth comes the new human, because we are all connected. It's all one. And it's a new way of being. And so I asked Spirit, so what about this new way of being? Because we're so accustomed to being in the doing mentality, as I have shared in past videos, that we're now supposed to just be in our natural essence of embodying joy and embodying love and doing what lights us up. And as we do what lights us up, abundance flows freely to us. But how do we get to that point? There needs to be that shift. And then there's the adjustment period of the shift. But to make that a little easier, I was reminded of a teaching that I had received, where in meditation I was given this visual kind of sensory experience of falling face forward down an elevator shaft, or so it would seem. It was dark, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't see the bottom, and so it seemed like a bottomless elevator shaft. I tried to put my arms out and my legs out like a skydiver, but I've never skydived before, so I have no idea if I was doing it right. And it seemed to have worked a little bit because it slowed me down, but I was still falling. And I didn't know if I'm going to go just splat right on my face. I didn't know how close the bottom was, how far away it was, if I still have time, what was happening. And then I heard one of my guides, who is Metatron, Arch Angel Metatron, he said, just put your feet down and stand up. And that's when I realized that I wasn't really falling at all. And I stood up and I had a little bit of a laugh because I was really freaking out. And so to tie this to the current and the paradigm shift and the way of just being. So we're accustomed to doing and hustling and striving. But there's nothing to strive for, because we're all essentially just trying to be in our natural essence. There is nothing really to do. Now is the time in this new paradigm where there's no more treading water. There's no more, we're accustomed to oh my gosh, the tide is rising, the storm is coming, the waves are crashing, the current is pulling me down. There's all these forces that we have to fight through, and that now is the time that I heard in meditation, Yuli, put down your sword and your shield. This is no longer the time to fight. Wear now the white robes of peace and love and serenity. And no more do you need to struggle and be wrapped up in all your doing. And once again, it's just about being. And I said, well, how do I just be? And then I heard Metatron with a big belly laugh say, silly girl, just put your feet down and stand up. Now, this was also brought to me And there was two movies that I had been guided to watch. And in those movies, there was the teaching in one of them about the puddle, and how in this puddle, which was actually the dragon fountain, and the dragon fountain was crystal clear water, and you could see your mirror image, your reflection in it, now that it is peace and calm. But once you introduce anything into it, even if it's a feather, it creates a distortion, and you can no longer see, you no longer have clarity. And so the lesson there in that movie was that when you have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind, which you're then calm and still in both, the water's calm and are still, and you have more clarity. You can receive the messages and the guidance and through your meditations, or through even whatever it is that keeps your focus on one thing. So if you have a hobby or a craft or a sport, working out or whatever, if you're with a peaceful and calm mind and heart, you'll receive the guidance and the waters will be clear. Now in another movie, it was actually a little bit more literal to this reminder of this lesson, that there was this boy who didn't know how to swim, and he was swinging on a rope swing hanging from a tree, and he was being pushed higher and higher, and the rope swing broke, and he splashed down right in the water, and he's freaking out, he's thrashing all over the place, paddling, thinking, oh my God, I'm drowning, I'm not going to survive. I have all of this chaos in my mind, all of these problems, oh my gosh. And the girl that was pushing him said laughingly, just stand up. And when he stood up, all of a sudden the waters calmed, everything was fine, everything was peaceful. And what my guidance was showing me was that, yes, our problems, I'm not trying to diminish anybody's problems. Some of us have some really weighty things that we're moving through. But know that you are bigger than the problems. And that if you're able to just rise up, rise above them, get a higher mind perspective on it, and see the forest through the trees, not focusing on the problem, but just rising, just standing up, you'll see that a lot of times all of our thrashing around, all of our doing, all of our trying to survive, all of our lack mentality was creating a lot of that extra chaos. It was amplifying all of it, or a lot of it rather. I won't say all because I don't know your situation. But a lot of it is amplified by us trying to fix everything. Sometimes if we are just still and we're just calm, we just stand up, things just sort of like chill out, and if anything, we can now see that we have many opportunities and many options all around us. There are many doors that then will appear for us. And so I hope that empowers you and inspires you to be a little bit closer to just being in your natural essence, helping you to find a little bit of peace and joy. And maybe you might even stand up and laugh, realizing, oh gosh, don't I feel so silly that here I was thrashing around thinking that I was going to drown, or that I was going to plummet and smash my face right into the bottom of this elevator shaft. But really all I had to do was just stand up or get quiet and get still and invite peace into my being. And so with that, I will leave you. at about the 10-minute mark. Huzzah! If you like this content, please just smash the little thumb. Also, if you would like to see more or hear more, smash the little bell to subscribe, and you'll be notified anytime I put out new content. And I am working on quite a few new art pieces, so I might be sharing some process coming up soon. And I too am shifting like everybody else, so there'll be some really interesting things coming up. I love you all so very, very much. Peaceful blessings to you all. Much love.